Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a very informal video for you, but I always post this today, so I wanted to make sure to get it up. So let's just jump right in because there are way more books than I thought that I asked for Christmas. So this is a little out of hand, per usual. So I am going to start with the 4 books that I got that do not add to my physical TBR. The first one is this gorgeous Easton Press edition of Bel Canto. I have a couple of these. I don't think you can see them because they're over here. But I have The Martian and I have Ready Player One. And now I have the Easton Press edition of Bel Canto, which I'm really excited about. And it is signed with its authentication certificate and everything like all of these are. This is gorgeous. And I'm so, so happy to have this. And then I got both the movie and the book for Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda. I loved this book. I actually listened to it on audio, so I didn't own it. And I wanted to own a physical copy because this is just such an impactful book. I also got the movie, which I loved as well. And then I also received Binti, which is the first of, I think, 3 novellas. You'll see the rest of them later. This is the only one I've read so far, and I actually listened to this on audiobook as well, but I really wanted to own this and support the author because I think this is great. And then the last of the ones that I already own, or I've already read, is Hamlet, and this is the Pelican Shakespeare edition of Hamlet. I love these like geometrical like line drawing versions of these, and so I'm collecting them all. This is the only one that I have already read that I didn't own, and so I wanted to go ahead and get this one. So now on to the ones that I have not read or hadn't read as of receiving them for Christmas. The first one is this graphic novel, which I actually read on Christmas Day. It's called Nuclear Winter, and it is really, really cute. Like, I am a big fan of the art style, and I thought that the story was really fun. It's basically about this girl who is like a delivery person in, I think it's set in Canada, and it's after there's been like a nuclear reactor accident that has created this winter that's been going on for like 6 years or something, and it's just kind of like them dealing with this nuclear winter. So this was really interesting. The second one comes out in January, and I am probably going to pre-order it because I thought this was so much fun. And then 3 that I received that are in series that I am continuing. So Bonus Tracks from Lumberjanes. This one is probably going to be hilarious. I think this might be one of those where other people illustrate, which I'm not a huge fan of just because I really like the original art style of this, but Lumberjanes is one of my favorites. I'm pretty much loving Boombox as a publisher for comics and graphic novels, so this I'm excited about. And then the other 2 are volumes of Giant Days, which if you haven't started Giant Days, please start Giant Days. It has the cutest art. It's about 4 friends in university, and they get up to shenanigans, and I just love them. I love them all, each character individually, but as a group, they're just so much fun, and it really takes me back to my university days. And the last one I got is a true graphic novel. It's a graphic memoir, and it is Lost Soul Be at Peace by Maggie Thrash. So this is the follow-up to Honor Girl, which obviously I loved. I have a display over here. It's one of my favorite graphic novels, graphic memoirs ever. It just speaks to me. And she has a really kind of simple, cartoony style, which I really enjoy. But her story, especially in Honor Girl, is such an important one and one that really hits home with me. So I'm looking forward to seeing the continuation of her story. And then I did get Lethal White, which is the 4th or 5th, I think it's the 4th book in the Cormoran Strike series by Robert Galbraith, aka J.K. Rowling. And this is a chunker of a book. So I'm not a huge like mystery thriller person, but I love these. I picked it up obviously because of J.K. Rowling, and I actually have found these to be incredibly compelling and interesting, and I love the audiobooks of these, but I also love having a physical copy, and my husband reads the physical copies, so it is going to be a race to see who gets to this one first. But yeah, I'm very, very excited about this. And then, like I said, I have the other 2 volumes of Binti. So Binti Home and Binti The Night Masquerade. So we reading these probably early in the year because I really, really liked the first one, and I'm very curious to see where Binti's story goes. And these, if you don't know, are science fiction with this girl who is the first of her kind of tribe or culture to leave their home planet and go study at university, and then shenanigans ensue on the way there, and she has kind of become this really important figure kind of politically, it feels like. But yeah, these are really fun and interesting. And then I believe this is also a novella. I don't remember a whole lot about it. I just remember thinking it sounded incredible. I think Rachel from Colonnati talked about this on her channel. I thought it sounded really good, and then on top of that, American Hippo just, I don't know, I thought that was funny, so I had to get this one. Another science fiction, I heard about this, I think, on Books and Pieces channel. This is Embers of War. This is something to do with like a decommissioned warship that then has to be brought back. So like the ship is retired and then it has to go back into battle or something like that. When I heard it talked about, I immediately was like, I really, really want to read that. I think this is the first in a series, which doesn't thrill me because I'm not a huge series person, but I am looking forward to reading this one. This next one, I mean, I'm gonna finish the series, but you guys, if you've watched any of my Vlogmas videos, have heard me complain about the Great Goat series and how I don't think these are that well written and how the main character really, really annoys me. But this is the final book in that series, and I am halfway through it. I've read 2 of the 4 books, so I, at this point, still want to know how it ends. So this was on my list before I even started reading the second one. We're gonna read it. And then the rest of these are kind of editions of things that I collect and kind of get a little each year on them so that I read those books before I keep making my collection of them bigger. The first 3 are Penguin English Library editions, and I have Elizabeth and Her German Garden, which is adorable. This is a beautiful cover, and it also has the pretty little spine. It's a tiny little book. I don't think I knew this book was so small. There's my book depository bookmark. Set that aside. And then I have The Garden Party. Feels like there's a bit of a theme here with the garden books. This one also, gorgeous cover. It is a tiny little thing as well. So both of these are probably going to be spring reads because they are so like garden themed. And then I got Mrs. Dalloway, which I've heard a lot about and have never read. I don't think I've read anything by Virginia Woolf. So I got this when there's like a readathon going on. I added this to my wish list. And I knew I wasn't going to get it before the end of the readathon, but I still want to read Mrs. Dalloway, so I have that one now. The next 2 are Shakespeare Pelican editions. So I have King Lear and The Merchant of Venice. So both of these I got because I also got the accompanying Hogarth Shakespeare edition retelling of these. So these are gorgeous. If you've not seen them, then here you go. They're gorgeous. And I want all of them, but I'm slowly collecting them. And every time a new one of these comes out, it's an excuse to get another one of those because I always read the play before I actually read the retelling, and I find it to be just like a really good experience all around. So I got Dunbar, which is a retelling of King Lear, and then I got Shylock Is My Name, which is a retelling of The Merchant of Venice. And then the last retelling I got, I'm real bitter about the size of this book because, okay, they're all this size. All of the Hogarth Shakespeare editions are this like cute hardcover size with these like soft dust jackets that are really like tactily pleasing, and just these are adorable. I love these, and they sit really well on the shelf with these. So love. why is this so large? Like, this is normal sized hardcover with like this awful gaudy mystery thriller cover that's like slick and ridiculous. Like, I'm really, really salty about this. Why? Like, they made it to match the rest of Joe Nesbo's books and not to match the rest of the Hogarth Shakespeare editions. And it is a Hogarth Shakespeare edition of this book. But like, this is so annoying. Like, I searched online to see if I could find this one, and no, they are all this size and stupid, and I don't like it. Can you tell I'm angry? Because I'm real angry. This is Macbeth, obviously, and I actually already own the Penguin Shakespeare version of the play. So I think Adam from Memento Mori gave that to me for BookTube Secret Santa a few years ago. So I'm going to read that, which I actually haven't read Macbeth, which kind of surprises me. I'm going to read that, and then I'm going to read this. But this is not getting displayed with these because I'm angry at it. It's ugly and it's stupid. And then the last four are science fiction fantasy Masterworks editions. I love these yellow spines. I did finally pick up an Ursula K. Le Guin book. Neither I nor my husband have read anything of hers. So Lathe of Heaven is going to be the first one. I had a lot, like I did a lot of looking to see where I should start, and a lot of people said Lathe of Heaven. So we're going to start with that. I read a Christopher Priest book previously and really enjoyed the writing style and the pacing of that. So I picked up The Prestige. I think this is actually a movie as well. According to my husband, I don't know for sure, but I'm excited about that. And then these two I don't remember a lot about because they were on my list for a while, but I thought they were super interesting. So Tau Zero, which I think is set in Japan, maybe. This just sounded interesting. And then The Child Garden, which is set on some kind of tropical island or something. No idea. Just love getting a new book or two of these each year, along with the Penguin English Library editions and the Shakespeare ones. So that is my book haul. I successfully did not add more books to my TBR than I started the year with, but only by 6. So we're not doing too hot when it comes to reducing the TBR, but we have less than we started the year with, and that is exciting. So next year, the goal is to get it at least under 100. I would really prefer it to be much lower than that, but we'll get there. But yes, so if you have read any of these and there are any that you think I should prioritize, definitely would love to hear that in the comments below. Also, if you have nothing else to say, just leave an emoji to let me know you were here. That always makes me smile. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!